Thank you, Jen. On Title 42, we've heard you guys say that this is a public health order, it's not an immigration order, it's the CDC's decision. But yesterday, members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus who met with the president relayed some of what he expressed in that meeting. And one of them said that the president told the group that he was looking forward to lifting Title 42, describing it as an excuse to keep people out of the country and anti-immigrant. Is the president really wanting Title 42 to go away because it was a Trump-era policy?
Well, the president has never felt that Title 42 was an effective immigration policy, and he talked about that during the campaign. But the authority has always rested in the CDC to make that determination, and he left the CDC to make that determination, unlike his predecessor about a range of decisions. So the president has never made a secret of the fact that he thinks immigration reform is necessary, and that Title 42 was never a replacement for comprehensive immigration reform. That would put in place smarter security, that would ensure there was an asylum processing system that worked, and that is something he would be eager to work with anyone on to get done.
So if this conditions warranted it, would the White House want to see the CDC reimpose Title 42 in the instance that cases are up and the metrics that they use to measure that warrant that decision?
Well, the CDC, again, has the authority to make a determination about what the health conditions warrant. So we will leave it to them to make any decisions or recommendations.
And then with the vice president being out, obviously she's broken a lot of ties for votes. And then we have Senators, I believe, Wyden and Murphy also out. Is there any concern about ability to get confirmations through this week with her absence?
Well, I would say there are also some Democrats who have announced that they have also tested positive for COVID. You may be referring to the Federal Reserve nominees or others. That is something that members and leaders will work through in Congress. We are confident we have the votes to get them confirmed. We're eager to have them in place. But of course, we need all members there to do that.
And I had one follow-up on Dr. Jha, something that he said earlier.
Sure.
We've talked about the administration surging resources to the border, including resources to vaccinate migrants. And the last time I asked about this, I believe your answer was something along the lines of, we have enough funding and supply to take care of the 23 sites that DHS is going to be running to get migrants vaccinated and also take care of uninsured Americans. But it sounded in his answer like that might not be the case anymore. So are we in a place now where there might be a choice where people would have to choose, or the administration would have to choose between supplying resources to migrants coming across the border versus taking care of uninsured Americans?
I'm happy to check on those resources, Jacqui. I would say that our broad concern about COVID funding is based on a couple of issues that he talked about. One of them is making sure that we are ahead of the world on being able to order ahead, primarily, a lot of different treatments that will help ensure that we have the best vaccines, the best boosters, enough supply once individuals under 50 are eligible. And certainly we want to keep all of our programs running across the country.
And I just have one more on the Hunter Biden reporting that we've seen come out. Does the president still maintain that he never spoke with his son about his business dealings? And given this reporting on Eric Schwerin, does he also say that he has never spoken to his son's business partners about his son's business dealings?
He maintains his same statements that he's made in the past. I would say, I know you're referring to Waves records that were released more than 10 years ago. I really don't have more detail or information on them. I'd note that there was a gap when Waves records were not released, but I don't have more information about visits from more than 10 years ago. Go ahead.